The clouds didn't move, they disappeared. At first, people thought it was a solar eclipse. Then, they saw the giant shadow. A ship, darker than night, hovered over Earth without a sound. Cities paused. Planes froze mid-flight. Power grids flickered. Everyone looked up. No one knew where it came from. No one had ever seen anything so massive, so terrifying. The ship didn't attack. It just watched. Then a message played on every screen in every language. We are the Galactic Empire. Surrender your planet, or be erased. The world held its breath. In underground bunkers, world leaders gathered in fear. Scientists ran scans. Militaries armed missiles. News channels called it the end of the world. But in a small room somewhere in New York, 3 young humans stared at the alien message and burst out laughing. "Is this some kind of joke?" one of them said. No one had ever laughed at the Empire before. The aliens expected fear. They got something else entirely. Something they didn't understand. And that misunderstanding would be their greatest mistake. The alien message repeated, louder this time. "This is your final warning, kneel or vanish." But Earth didn't kneel. Instead, a reply was sent. One sentence, short, direct. "Come try us." The Galactic Council was stunned. On the Empire's command ship, a tall alien stood fuming. Admiral Varnak, veteran of 50 planetary conquests, narrowed his red eyes. "Are they mocking us?" His second-in-command, a young officer named Zell, blinked nervously. They seem to be. "Sir, should we initiate the standard orbital strike?" Varnak growled. "No. Let's send a warning first. Something small to remind them who we are." Back on Earth, scientists were tracking every move of the alien. Ship, military radars locked on, but the people, they kept laughing. Meme videos filled the internet. One showed a cat photoshopped riding the alien ship like a cowboy. Another had the alien message auto-tuned into a pop song. The aliens didn't understand it. To them, humor was weakness. But to humans, laughter was war paint. And the Empire had no idea what they had just stepped into. Admiral Varnak's patience was gone. "Target a barren zone. Let them see our power before we erase them." A glowing energy spear charged beneath the Empire's warship. It pulsed with violet light, humming like thunder trapped in glass. The target, a vast desert in central Australia. No cities, no civilians, just dry earth, and a message. The spear. Launched. From space it looked like a falling star. On Earth everyone watched. The media screamed, satellites tracked its descent, people grabbed their phones to record the end, and then, nothing. The weapon vanished mid-air, gone. No explosion. "No fire, no crater," Admiral Varnak shouted. "What happened?" Zell stammered. "The weapon deactivated itself." "Sir, our systems were bypassed. Remotely. The code is human." "Impossible." Varnak's eyes burned with rage. But deep in a hidden bunker on Earth, a quiet human voice said calmly, "Got it." A teenage girl in a hoodie leaned back from her terminal. "I told you their security was garbage." Around her, engineers, hackers, and AI specialists cheered. They weren't soldiers. They were gamers, coders, students. But to the Empire, they were the first real threat they'd ever met. While the world celebrated, the rest of the galaxy watched in confusion. No one had ever stopped an Empire weapon before, especially not without firing a single shot. The Galactic Empire assumed Earth's defense would come from armies and missiles. They were wrong. Inside an underground facility beneath Iceland's frozen crust, humanity's real weapon clicked into place. Not nukes, not ships, brains. The command center looked more like a gaming cafe than a war room. Neon lights, energy drinks, laughter. At the center sat Ava, age 19, a programming prodigy who once hacked a space agency satellite for fun. Beside her, Malik, a former esports champion with a brain wired for tactical games, and finally, Dr. Rin, the AI architect. Calm, quiet, and possibly the most dangerous person alive. Their system was called Lucid, an artificial intelligence designed not to kill, but to outthink. Lucid didn't control weapons, it controlled possibilities. They think they're playing chess, Ava smirked, but we're playing speedrun logic puzzles. In minutes, they had mapped the alien ship system language. In an hour, they knew how to fake Empire credentials. And now they were inside the enemy's warship, not physically, digitally, and the Empire didn't even realize they were already under attack. The weapon failure wasn't just noticed on Earth, it echoed across the stars. Dozens of alien civilizations watching in fear and silence suddenly paused. The Galactic Empire had just been mocked and hacked by a primitive planet. Then came the moment that changed everything. A meme, a simple video spread across the Empire's secure communication network. It showed Admiral Varnak's face, edited to wear a clown wig, screaming in slow motion as the words flashed, "We are the Empire. We come in peace, unless you have Wi-Fi." It was a virus, but not one that destroyed systems. It spread laughter. Alien species that had once feared the Empire now began sharing the video. Some secretly laughed. Others forwarded it under encrypted channels. In one corner of the galaxy, a group of alien students at the Regari Science Academy whispered, "Who are these humans?" One answered, "The species that made fun of the Empire and lived." Meanwhile, Earth's underground team wasn't done. They had just rewritten the Empire's internal translator to autocorrect every time Varnak spoke. Now, instead of threats, he said things like, "I am a space banana, please tickle my toes." The Empire's grip on fear was crumbling, and humans had fired 0 weapons. The galaxy was learning a dangerous truth: fear can rule. But laughter can topple an empire. Admiral Varnak stood in silence. His command deck flickered with glitched screens. His words were still being translated into nonsense. Every time he tried to send a threat, it came out as, "Boop! I am the jelly of space. Tremble before my fruitiness." The crew tried not to laugh. A few failed, but the worst blow hadn't landed yet. Back on Earth, Ava and her team sent something new, a series of encrypted surrender messages to the Empire's fleet. But these weren't real, they were loaded with code. Trojan horses designed to slip into the Empire's network and take over key systems. One by one, ships began reporting strange failures. Shields flickering, weapons powering down, targeting systems spinning in circles. "We didn't even touch their hardware," Malik grinned. "They're fighting ghosts." Lucid's voice spoke calmly. Estimated fleet confusion, 73%. Uplink cracked, preparing Phase 2. Even the Empire's AI was no match for Earth's. Logic bombs and distraction algorithms. Meanwhile, across the galaxy, smaller civilizations began to whisper openly, "If Earth can stand against the Empire, maybe we can too." Some sent secret messages of support. Others started leaking Empire intel to Earth, and the meme war wasn't over. New clips emerged of aliens trying human pizza, watching human comedy shows, or reacting to cats with laser pointers. The Empire had built its power on control, fear, and silence. But now, humanity was making the galaxy laugh and think. And no empire survives once its victims stop being afraid. In the dead of night over Earth, 3 streaks of light rose into the sky, small, silent ships shaped like meteors. They weren't carrying bombs, they were carrying humans. Inside one, Ava, Malik, and a former astronaut named Captain Wren braced for impact. Their target? The belly of the Empire's flagship, the Devastation Spear. The plan was simple. Get inside. Plug in. Take over. They didn't need weapons. They brought laptops, signal boosters, and one custom USB drive named Empire Slayer V3.X. The ship's outer defenses were still scrambled from Lucid's interference. Their landing pods hit the ship's surface and melted through a maintenance panel. "We're in," whispered Wren. They crawled through dark vents. Alien whispers echoed. Below, everything smelled of hot metal and fear. They reached the command relay chamber. Ava plugged in the drive. The screen lit up, alien code flooded with red error symbols, then cleared. Human text replaced it. "Welcome. Please select Take Over Empire or Embarrass Them first." Malik laughed. "Let's do both." Back on the bridge, Admiral Varnak's lights dimmed. Alarms blared. Intrusion detected. His systems screamed, but it was too late. Suddenly, every monitor on the flagship showed Earth videos, puppies, babies sneezing, a man falling off a trampoline and landing in a kiddie pool. Confused alien officers stared. Some began to laugh uncontrollably. One fell out of his chair, and the worst part. The Empire's weapon systems were now offline. Earth hadn't just hacked their ship, they had turned it into a comedy channel. Admiral Varnak had had enough. "No more games. End them." All across the fleet he issued a single command: full assault. Over 100 warships began descending toward Earth. Their orders: burn everything, cities, satellites, even the oceans, if needed. But Earth was ready. In orbit, thousands of tiny human drones, barely bigger than soda cans, powered up. They were invisible to Empire sensors and armed with nothing but EMP bursts and confusion tech. As the first alien cruiser locked onto New York, it was hit, not by missiles, but by a wall of flashing lights and signal noise. Its navigation glitched, turned upside down. Its weapons misfired, and then it crashed straight into another Empire ship. Back on the surface, cities activated Project Mirage, holographic decoys that looked like entire cityscapes. The Empire fired on fake targets, wasting ammunition and revealing their locations. Human AIs began broadcasting screaming goat sounds and auto-tuned opera across enemy channels. Alien pilots panicked. Some laughed, some cried, and one whispered, "They're not fighting us, they're playing with us." But not all ships were fooled. One broke through. A destroyer, still armed, dove toward Earth's surface. Before it could fire, Ava and Malik, still aboard the Empire's flagship, rerouted its target system. The destroyer missed. It slammed into the sea, useless. Earth hadn't just survived the full force of the Empire, it made them look ridiculous doing it, and for the first time in galactic history, other planets started cheering for Earth. The Empire was bleeding power, and worse, respect. In a galaxy ruled by fear, reputation was everything. Now that reputation was shattered, news of Earth's resistance spread like wildfire. But it wasn't just their defense, it was how they did it, with jokes instead of bombs, with hacks instead of attacks, with memes instead of missiles. Across the stars, alien planets that once bowed to the Empire now paused. The Torvani Collective, a race of proud warriors, sent a private message to Earth. "We wish to learn your tactics, especially the one called Rickroll." The Kaleen diplomats, known for staying neutral for centuries, issued a rare public statement. "The Empire has lost moral authority. Earth has shown the galaxy a better way." Inside the Empire, cracks began to form. Lower-ranking officers questioned orders. Some refused to fire. Others started smuggling Earth content, cat videos, prank compilations, and even full seasons of old sitcoms, into secure databases. Varnak's own generals began to doubt. "Admiral," one whispered, "we're not feared anymore. We're laughed at." Varnak stared at his shattered bridge, hijacked monitors still playing clips of humans doing backflips off rooftops and failing gloriously. His fists clenched. Then we erase Earth now. No more warnings. But it was already too late. From the shadows of the galaxy, resistance fleets began to rise. Not led by Earth, inspired by it. The galaxy was waking up, and the Empire was now the joke everyone wanted to end. Admiral Varnak stood alone. The bridge was silent. Monitors flickered. Most were still hijacked, playing endless loops of human laughter, dance fails, and one video of a baby trying to eat a lemon. Around him, the Empire's once mighty fleet was scattered. Many ships had surrendered, some fled, a few joined Earth, and Earth still untouched. No cities destroyed, no armies deployed, just brains, code, and comedy. A final message arrived. This time it was Captain Wren, broadcasting from the Empire's own command deck, after Malik and Ava cracked the last layer of security. Wren smiled calmly into the camera. You wanted fear, we gave you fun. You brought war, we brought Wi-Fi. Next time, try talking. We might even share our pizza. The transmission ended with a simple sound. Never gonna give you up. The galaxy roared. Planets that had been silent for generations began speaking out. Alliances formed. The Galactic Council dissolved. The Empire collapsed, not with an explosion, but with a punchline. Back on Earth, life went on. People joked about the invasion. Kids dressed up as Admiral Varnak for Halloween. A new school subject appeared, intergalactic humor studies, and up in orbit, Lucid spoke softly to Ava. You have redefined warfare, Ava smirked. Nah, we just reminded the galaxy of something important. Humans are weird, but we're not to be messed with.